Okay, so do we need to break up with the notion of the work wife? Work wife. There's a Newsweek poll that found 45% of Americans do not think that this term is appropriate, but that leaves 55% who think it is fine, actually. So, James, is this term still a thing, or should be left in the past?
It's a good question. I mean, it's definitely an old-fashioned phrase, but in terms of what it actually means, I mean, yes, over the years I have had work wives who I've worked very closely with, and my wife has had lots of work husbands, which made me very happy, knowing that there was someone there looking out for her day to day, even if they did spend more time. But really what it boils down to is very simple. Like, you can have these work relationships, but there's just one cardinal rule, and that is don't have sex with them.
Right!
That's the part that always mess up.
Yeah. It's kind of just a rule for life as well. Like, you know,
yes!
everything's fine as long as you just don't have sex with someone you're not supposed to.
That's right.
Perfect,
I don't even know what the term is supposed to mean. Is it simply that you're the closest and you hang out and you're normalizing that? Like, what does it even mean?
I think that's it. I think Teddy Wilson, who's been on this show before, we worked together on a show called Inner Space for a few years. He was my work husband. At least that's what I called him. I'm not sure that it was reciprocated, but I referred to him. There we are with Hugh Jackman. Anyway, we had a lot of experience together, and he was in my code of, my like small cone of trust. He was the type of person that I could show up, I could tell him what was going on in my life. I trusted him. And I think at work, you need those people. But I don't think it has to be gender specific. Like, I consider you all my sister wives, and not in a creepy way. Okay. James, you're in there too. You can be in there, that's fine. But I don't think it has to be weird.
Yeah, here's the deal. I'm so on the fence about this because the first time I ever got cheated on, it was with his work wife, right? And I think this is the fear that everybody has, is that you are developing an intimate relationship. Maybe not, it doesn't start off as physical, but you're sharing everything. And the one thing that I remember about that whole debacle is that when I finally spoke to this woman, she knew every single detail about me, and I'd never heard him mention her name once.
Yeah.
So I think that's where everybody's a little bit like, what's this work-wife situation? Because prior to that, I would have never thought about it. You're right, it's great to have somebody at your workplace that you can like bond with and, you know, complain about the boss. Don't you hate this job? Like, it's good to have that person because it helps you along. But I think for a lot of people, when they think about a work wife, work husband situation, they think of maybe TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. You guys remember that story? This is these two who cheated on their spouses, eventually left their spouses. They're now together and they have a podcast letting everybody know it was the worst decision they ever made. And this is the fear, is that it's going to turn into something else.
I think the key is bring in your actual wife or husband into the process early on, because you mentioned that
if you're not telling your partner everything that's going on with your work spouse, then you know you have a problem.
If you're all friends, then everything should be fine.
Yes.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.